mob is pretty rowdy there, and every reason for it tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's just a fantastic game of rugby, wasn't it? You know, two sides looking to really play rugby, going hammer and tongs, and we've come out on top, and I think we deserve to, just with the amount of rugby we played. I think the most pleasing thing from my perspective is it was a great mental challenge for us as well, not just because of last week, but also because of the way the game went. You know, it was end-to-end stuff. Momentum seesawed, but we never let that affect us. You know, I think it could have been easy to kind of sit back and crumble a little bit, especially after, say, the interception try. But what did we do? You know, we went after the game, we hunted it down, and things started to go our way. And like I say, I think things went our way because of the way we played, and we deserved them. And as I said, massive credit to the players. You know, they've had a tough week, stung a little bit from last week, and what they've done, they've come out and they've performed very well.
You came into the game making a few changes, and that they've obviously worked, haven't they?
Yeah, but I think it's like anything. You know, we've got a strong squad, and you know, we've rested a few guys up, we've made a few changes, and I think it kind of shows the value of trusting everybody. And it may be something that we have to look into a little bit more down the line. You know, we've tended to run very hard with a very similar group of players, kind of week in, week out. And maybe what it's showing is, you know, there is a real depth, there is a real quality there, and what you have to do is manage all that very well. You know, we've got disappointed players here every week now, and that's a great position for us to be in. Big challenge next week, but you know, we're on a little bit of form now. 16
points from 6 starts. You must be delighted with that.
Yeah, a little. You know, I don't mind saying probably a little bit ahead of what I thought we'd do. Purely because of the quality of the opposition we played, you know, and you know, with fixtures like Northampton away and Leicester away in there, you know, Saracens home, Harlequins here. You know, we played last year's top 4, and we've done pretty well. You know, we've beaten 2 of them, and so I think, you know, it's just a nice platform for us to push on from. The table will look nice tonight after this first group of 6 games. We've got to give the boys a little bit of a reward because we've beaten the target that they set for themselves. So they'll be after me now, finding out what they're going to get. But no, they deserve everything they get. I hope the players really enjoy today. Don't let this moment pass them by. But at the same time, I hope they appreciate how hard they had to work to get it, because they had to work very hard today. That was a long game. It was in the balance for 80 minutes, and we've come out on top.
As we say, moving on swiftly to Leinster next week, and a different challenge altogether again.
Yeah, that's right. Well, obviously away from home, but a massively exciting challenge as far as I'm concerned. You know, I might sit down and watch Leinster play this evening now. I think they've got a game against Munster. It'll be great to see how that goes. You know, they're kind of reintroducing their international and, you know, British Lions quality players. But at the same time, we've hit a bit of form. I don't think we've picked up too many injuries today, and we've got a lot of good players up and running. So, you know, like I said, I don't want them to worry too much about next week for now. I want them to enjoy tonight. You know, they can start worrying about next week, tomorrow morning, and when we start preparing on Monday.
We talked about getting Sandy Park rocking. I think we saw that again today, and the crowd really came back.
You know, the disappointing thing will be for people who weren't here. You know, the people who weren't here missed one hell of a game of rugby. It would have still been a hell of a game of rugby if we'd have come up short at the end. But that kind of entertainment, that many tries being scored, that kind of rugby, isn't that what we're trying to achieve at Sandy Park? And I hope we can do it more often.
Thanks.